Hi, I'm Rabbi Kravitz with Jews for Judaism. Welcome to our weekly Torah lesson. In the very beginning of this portion, it says that when you go to war against your enemies. But it's interesting, the word that's used here in this verse in Hebrew, the word al, doesn't literally mean against. It means on or over. And one of the lessons we can learn that is when we go to war with our own challenges in our life, because we're always looking for how does the Torah portion apply to our daily lives, our service to our God ourselves. Not just talking about a real war when we would go to battle, but we have to deal with a battle that goes on inside of ourselves. And what's that battle? Every human being has two inclinations. We have an inclination to do evil and an inclination to do good. And some people think that that's a battle that you can't win. But this word al, to be over your enemy, over the inclination to tell you to do bad, you can stand over it. You can win. You can be successful in your battle against the challenges that it throws out at you. And we see this also in the book of Genesis, where it says that the inclination of a man's heart is evil from their youth. So we have this inclination, we're born with it, to do things for selfish reasons, for self-serving reasons, which ends up being something that's evil. But that same chapter and book of Genesis also says that evil stands at your door to trap you, but you should conquer it. Meaning that you have the ability to conquer it, to overwhelm it, to take control, which is the same thing that our Torah portion teaches, that you should be over your enemy, you should be in control of it. So how do we do that? When we're tempted with something to do something wrong, it usually arises from our emotions, which are described as coming from our heart, our feelings. But our brain has the ability to control and say, wait a second, I'm not going to do that if it's for the wrong reason. Our sages tell us it's kind of compared to an ox. That's the wild animal that would go anywhere and eat in any person's field. But you harness it to a wagon. It would still pull and go wherever it wants. But you have a driver that controls the strength and the power of the ox and tells it where to go. The parallel in our lives is the ox is our inclination to do evil, to just go after one's desires. The wagon is our body. And the driver who tells it the right way to do things is our good inclination, our Yetzer Tov. And the Yetzer Tov, which is our intellect, tells the emotions, you know what, some things can be done in a good way and some things can be done in an evil way. We have to always try to do it in a holy way. Could be anything. It could be eating. We could eat like a glutton, or we can eat so that the food gives us energy so that we can go forward and do good deeds with people. So I think this is the challenge that we all have and the ability that we have to overcome it. And obviously when we make a mistake and we do sin and we give in to the evil inclination, God gave us one of the greatest gifts, and that's the gift of tshuva, of repentance, that a person can go look at what they did, contemplate it, feel regret and remorse, and ask God for forgiveness, and they are forgiven and they can move on with their life and do the proper thing. So I hope that this inspires you to try to do good things in your life and to have a beautiful, wonderful Shabbat. And I thank you very much for listening. Shabbat Shalom.